wave, watch for the sharks bounce. Sharks bounce. I gave it up and talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age. We was gangin' since the platinum FUBU days. I got dreams of being Hova, action movie, yay. Listen, babe, so good you'll think I'm cool with yay. Okay, my diamonds dancing, I could Lisa Ray. Life is hard, but it's easy being truthful, baby. For real, overload. This is like I got like my pinky. Money, baby, we don't baby, it ain't ours. Bet it back, I bet I match it like the same style. Chopsticks for beef from shutting PF chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you lamed out. Luckily, so, but it wasn't for me. Still the flow raw, peep the way I bubble in these streets. Who can with me?
Nikki, baby.
Yeah,
Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dreams. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese.
It's girly power. It's the coach. You're locked into Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting New York Football Giants taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of the stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the New York Giants. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And coming up of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And his first pass is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Bridgewater. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I'm about to do a disservice to the catch we just saw. One-handed, coming down with it, just like that. Yeah, I know. Odell Beckham Jr. We're used to this, aren't we?
We are.
And that's just wrong on every level. That was spectacular.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And, oh, this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away. Time for a look at the defensive starters now for the Rams. Well, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it. Now both of them are in sync.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering.
And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch in 2nd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play act.
Brandon Cooks, the 30, 10, for touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Russell Shepard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. What an explosive kickoff return from the 2 all the way to the end zone. A 98-yard return for 6. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. A look at the starters down the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Actually, Ben, I kind of had today I had a coffee, a Monster, and a soda. So yeah, you'll be seeing me doing more dance moves till these die.
Bridgewater on first down. Breaks through the contact. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gut. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
I was making my foot.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really...
teeth, but I still be loving you. Grave with me, 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 grave for the grave, for the grave with me, grave for the grave. Sexy. Damn. These fuckers are loud.
Turned up the
Holy
pressure.
crap.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks.
My
They've struggled to convert, and that
loud.
last incompletion brings up fourth. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Actually, things right there. But doesn't yours connect in the middle? So doesn't yours connect in the middle? Yeah, are they the magnetic ones or?
Following the field goal on is Riley Dixon to kick this one away.
Like these ones? Like you can connect one?
It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Yep.
And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
I kind of like, if you look, one's longer than the other. I'm like, seriously? From a lonely cold hotel.
He has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On first down, it's Gurley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They called his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On second down, Bridgewater again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Kissy was kind of mad at the kitty cat today.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down.
Yeah.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw it to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Cereal, and my brother moved marijuana.
To the air again with Bridgewater.
Yeah, and since that she wanted
a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
She doesn't want.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So she called her, my brother.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
I think he said, I can't find it. And Chris said, can you please try to find her?
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I don't think it happened.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
And then just to say, she almost kind of got into a fight with a fucking white ass.
Bridgewater again. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. We'll stay in the NFC North. We head down to Chicago, check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Jimmy Garoppolo, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Yeah, so you love me.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone.
Well, at least I think you do, unless you get mad at me one day. Well, just to say, Ben, I don't know if I told you this or not, but if I'm just giving you a heads up. Don't get me pissed off. Or just to say I get physical. Yeah, because did I tell you what I have? In me? Ben. So, you know how I have my last name is Mucci and it's Italian? So I have Italian, Polak, German, Indian, and Polak. And just to say, don't ever get me totally pissed off, or one, you'll have a hole in the wall, or two, I get physical, or three, I walk out. Hi, Riley.
Back for quarter number 3.
Riley.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Ooh. Perfect. Let's play my game, please. Play my game, talk to you, and talk to from a friend, one of my friends I have on Messenger. Yeah, I'll play my game.
Hey, you go slide! 120!
I'm playing,
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
I will buy you 2 things of some sort. Since you're buying me a charger. And, I don't know if you want me to tell you or not. But
now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Well.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
I have a handful in.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back near the goal line, Bridgewater. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 22.
So she gets used to the play.
First down, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Out to his left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. Now, remember, they had 2 last week in the win. Obviously losing here.
Well, you talked about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team, and he had that opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
Now Bridgewater. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Yeah, he's looking.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, check me out. 180.
To throw is gone. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Yeah, but who's it by?
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
So you know how I went to that funeral procession? You know how I went to that funeral procession? Yeah. Afterwards, I was still kind of sad and all, going up to our friend's house. Yeah. Guess what my dad asked me? What? He's like, well, he's like, you remember that one day when you tried that, what the hell did he say? The liquor? I'm like, yeah. He's like, he literally asked me, he's like, would that cheer you up? I'm like, a little, but I don't want to be, I literally said a little bit, but I don't want to talk to myself all the way home. When I drunk one shot of it, I kind of was talking to myself on the way home. Yeah. Then when I got home, I was like, you called me, and my ass was out that time. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep.
Todd Gurley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Miss Caitlin, she sent me a thing. Caitlin, she sent me a invite on PlayStation. No, on YouTube.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I figured, I'm like, yeah, she's wearing all pink. Sexy. So, baby. Do you want to take a guess what my favorite color is? Just take a guess and I'll let you know if you're right. You try the gas? Red. Nope. There we go, so I'm watching my streams. Cool. You have up yet? Bed. Blue? Nope. I'll give you 2 more guesses. If you don't get it right, I'll let you know what it starts with.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Oh, some strong running. He finds Beckham complete. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Why? So we can have a double tap that attack for that 24 seconds.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Open space inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know who the hell is watching that fucking stream. It's better time.
2nd and 10. Goff again. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the 6-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Throwing here, Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle. And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going.
What? I think so. Whenever.
Going for it. Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is
just texted me.
Almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Barkley. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. That if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of it. That's just who they are.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
20.
One last throw here for Goff.
This guy get ball stupid.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Giants, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. They will head home next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for L.A., it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
F-word. F word, fuck.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Act like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with. Get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my such a back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turn to rojo. Friday came to us. One walk down to Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these. When I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I like mistletoe. My own. Not gonna lie on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Go and get that on. And no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you're not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big penis like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top notch. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Waggle steak, I died. 8 ounce 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. Derek ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it for FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
So what you been into besides working? Have you been joining the afternoon calls or no?
No, I joined today.
Yeah, just to say, the reason why I didn't join today is because I had to help at my church. Yeah, cause me, my dad, and Tiffany kind of went up there about roughly 11:30 to load boxes up, and then we took a break, went to Ithaca,
Okay, I'm
and
back to
then
school.
after
This
we
is
went
open
back
campus.
and gave
This is
food away.
I should slap it open-handed. Tough life, I told her motto, she need lower standards.
Which was
Asked her if she
somewhat
had a
nice,
twin, I
but
feel
this
like Joey
day
Tanner.
was her last
Big
day of
spender,
school.
Chris Jenner, I promote the family. Kardashian, see the Benzo, she like, oh, it's happening. Think she
Because
call me
the
bitchy, cause she
only
never
reason-
knew her daddy.
yeah.
And my
The only time
dog
that we're
black,
gonna do
Rhythm
it is
Nation
if
Janet,
people
boy, don't
are
make me
real,
Jackson.
say
Bodily,
someone runs out of
what's
food,
underground,
like
what's
an
underground,
emergency package, so
underground,
it
frontin' like a ride with the mob. Why shouldn't I charge? Me, myself, and I. Play the odds, and yes, man, it's just a bobblehead doll. Holler them all. Strutting like Pac out the court, hop out the Porsche. Shake that, got that menu, the island card. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave. Watch for the sharks bounce.
Ouch, you. Hey, at least you didn't get up. At least you didn't
I
get
gave it
stuck
up
up
and
your
talking
ass.
Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age.
Yeah.
We was gangin' since the platinum Fubu days. I got G's and B and over action movie, yay. Listen, babe, it's so good you think I'm cool with yay. Okay, my diamonds dancing, I could Lisa Ray. Life is hard, but it's easy being truthful, baby. For
So
real.
did you hear about the news?
Overload. This is like I got like my pinky.
They take my
Money,
bye-bye.
baby, we don't pay, it ain't ours. Bet it back, I bet I match it like the same
No.
style. Chopsticks
Cow,
with
what?
beef from
Bye-bye.
PF chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you lamed out.
If you know what I
Luckily, so, but it wasn't for me. Still the flow raw. Peep the way I bubble in these streets. Who can with me?
Her house number
Nikki,
was,
baby.
I didn't know. That
Doesn't say she went bye-bye from New York.
she moved out of New York.
Yeah, she went bye-bye.
Where'd she move to?
Pennsylvania.
God help Pennsylvania.
Well, just to say, the reason why she moved down there is because of her cousin.
Yeah.
Honorable C.
Now like my finger.
Yeah.
Well, might as well go do it.
That's just going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to see what you're up to. Since I haven't talked to you in a while.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now.
Out here,
Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Pockets lettuce. Don't think I'm ready. You got that swag. You got that salt, that sell it. Free mind. Cash them out, we bailin'. Saw my teacher, I was the same student failing. Now I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. I swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Whip that thing. Whip it. This shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring it. I do. Don't want no. They pull up with they.
Of course.
It's times 3, it's times 3. This how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go.
Especially the
Rich
ones
straight to
that
the top
beat
floor.
the highest
More
tag was
PJs
up
and rich like water, go to Cabo. Cash in the walls, hollow. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm on the back road.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll pass through the hill.
Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars.
No, the house fire that was up there.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach.
Well,
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, Smith. And oh, this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And here a look at the offensive starters for the Redskins.
Jordan Reed is one of the best route-running tight ends in the NFL, and it shouldn't be an accident because at one point he was a college quarterback. So at times when he runs routes downfield, I think he's doing it with quarterback eyes and almost in a sense is imagining himself catching a pass from himself.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A look at the starters down the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Back to throw, Smith. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
My sister-in-law told me, she called my dad and said, hey, Pop, why don't you guys wait at the camera? I'm like, whenever he comes back, when he does the camera.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And his first look is incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Connor. The only way you're gonna move up in the world is if you find yourself a nice ass, nice ass, somewhat slim of a girlfriend. Then you can be moved up in the world.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
How old?
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Oh, my Lord. I still have to do that.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Spinning away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Excellent 2 days, you guys.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And that's complete to Lewis. And touchdown, New York. Roger Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more.
Hey, put it this way.
Whoa. Okay, then. Yeah, that's just going there. I'm not touching that subject.
Than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
I will. Give me time.
You still need to text me your phone number.
My phone number is easy, boy.
Yeah, his number's way easy.
I know mine's hard.
Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. Third down here. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. New York set to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Whenever my girl lets me do her.
Bridgewater on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The numbers for Beckham in last week's effort. Just a really crisp, clean effort. Well over 100 yards receiving.
But didn't you feel like he needed a hug when we talked with him this week?
Oh, because he wanted the touchdown.
He wanted the touchdowns. He was all depressed after that performance. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You were brilliant. He's like, yeah, but I didn't get in the end zone. He must have heard from the fantasy players on that one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position.
And you were not type of way up there, mister.
What?
You heard me.
What?
Ooh, the damn Dexter.
You better not say okay.
That one stinks.
You do.
I just farted.
Well, damn, when she's behind you,
Yeah.
you're
Hey,
fucking evil.
It's payback for what she did to me earlier.
What?
I was freaking yawning, and she went like this and hit me in my throat ball.
Ooh. Ouchie.
Made me swallow a sneeze.
Why the hell you sent me that poop emoji? Babe, you sent me the poop emoji.
Hang on, I can send you a better one. Where is it? There's that one. And
Babe.
I heard you.
Connor sent me a poop emoji. Don't like me.
Message.
What?
I was reading your text message.
Oh, my bad. Really? That looks so wrong. And the foxes look like he's beating his dick.
You already know that answer.
What? I had to say it.
You already asked me last time.
You forget I don't remember because I'm hyper. So, yeah.
Someone needs to answer my question.
About what?
Oh, I already said it.
well, I was trying on the one freaking one that
Hey, babe.
What one?
there it is.
Baby.
What?
He sent me the emoji that looked like the fox is beating his damn paddle. The fuck? Why you sent me that for?
Who?
Connor! Sent me a fucking cuddle. Hey, Connor, my girlfriend said hi. And just...
read all the message too.
I will. Just give me a minute. I gotta say something. And just to say she has nice titties and a pussy. She had nice everything.
I have to find the other one.
Hey,
Hey,
babe.
guess what? Look at this one.
Hold on. Did you? You didn't hear what I said.
What?
Just say you have a nice titties, a nice ass, and a pussy, and a booty. How good? The fuck? Why? And if you want to, Connor, you can add my girl on Facebook.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah, but why?
Oh, here's one. Look at this one.
The fuck? You're cuckoo. Someone's camera's off.
The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
got good with me all night. My ass is pepper. Next time they go grab me.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Pushing his way through. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A very solid gain of 27.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the back.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Point after try forthcoming.
So you want to know what I had today?
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off.
You have to add her.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. At the end of one, 14-0 is our score. Back to MetLife Stadium in just a moment.
So, a coffee. I had a Monster, and now I'm having
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Got a man, that's Quinn. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. Right?
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
And oh, it's blocked. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And he comes back with one complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. Now it's Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. 3-19. Now Barkley. It's brought in by Jackson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Here we go now.
Here's Barkley. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Green 39, green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Back to throw here. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And brought in by Jerome Adams. And he's able to get get this one all the way past the 30. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
All four closed at 8.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Carson Wentz, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First down, Bridgewater. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
He finds his target, Beckham. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On second down, here's Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Rhett Ellison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that one, an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
Why?
Just saying, she might use it against you.
For what?
Oh, there's a number of things that she can do.
Wait.
She's done maybe before.
What the fuck? Oh, I still have a picture of my old girlfriend on here.
That's what I said.
No, not Caitlin. Another one. That sexy beast. And just say, she's 16. I'm keeping that one.
Why can't I see your friends list?
Hey, you remember this?
Yeah, that's what the Pioneers, isn't it?
No, that's all law, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. Did you forget?
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Why can't I see your friends list?
How'd your damn drippy drawers? That's my thing says public. Wait.
Yeah. Oh, you have to add me as a friend.
Oh yeah, duh. Duh.
That's my one.
Is it on this account, boy? Duh. I stupid. And don't you say no either, cause me stupid then.
He's not even on your list.
Yeah, I know. Cause I gotta add his fucking white ass. Oh wait, that's it. Is it your Marines one, your Army, or bike one?
Bike one.
Gotcha. Fucker. Send. There. Now you should be able to find his white ass.
More like I should be able to find her.
Yeah, just say it should be on my bees. Hell no, she ain't no bitch. I love her.
What?
Nothing, babe. He calls you a bitch.
I called you one. I might not be Mr. Connor.
Well, he said that I'm a bitch. He is.
No, I'm a fucker. I fuck girls.
Hey, I fuck bitches too.
Not like I do.
So, just to say, I kind of, I already told her. I don't know if I told you or not, babe. But you probably overheard me, because just to say, I kind of fucked Caitlyn.
I'll call you back on my other phone.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause babe, I think you knew that, didn't you? That I, kind of fucked Caitlyn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Drive-in families. What about instead of canceling graduation ceremonies, why not hold them at a drive-in? That would be good. Families can stay in their car and use their large screens to project videos, names of their graduates, and each other parent. Such parent information. Graduates can walk 6 feet apart and cross a stage with all the technology out there and can be streamed live from others to watch. That would be nice. But I don't know what's gonna happen. Did you find her, Mr. Connor?
Yes, tell her to accept friends request.
Babe, he sent you a friend request, Rue. What, Connor?
I just farted and it stinks.
Well, damn.
My girlfriend rolled off the bed. Did that hurt?
And, Connor, what's your name, by the way? What?
You'll find out. You'll find out. Listen up. I got him.
Yeah.
You'll find out soon enough.
Fine then, I guess you won't tell me then. He didn't tell me his girlfriend's name.
When we were tell you.
What the? Hey! Fuck you, Chrome. Fucking Chrome.
I'm doing a secret thing.
What? Really? I was gonna call her back on Hangouts. Yes, restore pages, fucker.
You hang up.
Aye, boo. He's trying to get you on the group chat.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There's my sexy.
I didn't know that you were going to do that. Hold on. It looks like some. Hold on. I'm hanging up on the one.
Here we go.
Oh, I'm hanging up out.
I already hung up on Hangouts, babe.
That's why this is. It's
done. I'm gonna join him on a computer Dora. Join. Vaccinations from my Bluetooth music. Ouchie. My nose. What? My hair messed up. I gotta blow my nose. Fucker. I gotta blow my nose.
Where's the Austin? You might turn your damn light out.
What? I had to blow my nose.
Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Bite me, babe. I said bite me. Oh wait, you might like it too much, babe. You fucking motherfucker. There. Yeah. Ow.
They'll look to throw here. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. New York set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Open man right side is Ingram. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
Left side, it's Beckham. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They like go.
And like for me, the only time I message it is when we're gonna do our thing, or if we're going to sleep.
To him in the slot, he catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
Yeah, Justin says, hey, bud.
Second down, Bridgewater. It's caught, Beckham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing is Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Yep, I'm not taking my phone during church.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game I don't see why that trend would change now. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He's going to go up top for the... And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on...
And the ball is knocked out, but the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, here's Smith. Dodson with the grab over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Smith finding Dodson that time for a Washington first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Buying time to his left. Finding room inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Smith. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Here's Smith. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw on second down is Smith. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Bridgewater. And his throw here's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that's the sad bad when we do have...
Again, it's Barkley. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
Depends on how you're going to do it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Bridgewater. And that's complete to Lewis. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
That's wearing the girls on top.
The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Bridgewater here to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Roger Lewis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And he knocks it through. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. And it was the Jaguars who were able to come away with a victory there. Blake Bortles, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Now the punter Dixon out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd and 10, Smith again. He'll check it down to Geis. 23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on first. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. The Redskins on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
I gotta see if my... Yeah.
And she does go in for it. You know what I mean?
Not my ass. I'll probably be fucking sleepy and loopy.
That's what I said. And she told us don't in for it.
Heck, it just said I'm gonna be loopy.
4. Throwing again is Smith. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Giants, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew...
Okay. I'll call you on there, babe. Love you.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yo, I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so bad, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Walk out, all these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now, too up right now. Yo, I'm too up, brown blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, done went to jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands, yeah, I grew up. Oh, on the couch with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now. I got you. Right now. Nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now.
Yeah. What?
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. But promise I don't give a about them. Let them out 20 red till $1 million. Yup, like and it can't go down. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember out of Atlanta. I can give a about a dog. Cause I'm used to getting things from a text. So I count setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say do. Cause break bread or fake dead. A bitch that hate that. 50 million a year died to make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside, well you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk, ain't funny no hee-haw. Like a Black Panther week to the teeth, try me weak. Swear to God I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a homie and a half a let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen boy, you're challenging with the running man. I would challenge with a hand. What you see before you, what they didn't tell you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, y'all got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone that knows on go. I rolled in a 4x4. Believe if a kid gon' go see me with ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk, they roll by the car lot when bought it. Call case at the case and a phone. They will watch you give a I live today rapping back, caring them about what they capping back. They ain't roll mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of those, better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. Odd formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. Watch left. Hut.
We to the man, Atlanta head cop to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Send with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stunts till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win for me. Yeah. For the love of the bankroll, keep it busy. Don't nobody care about it, don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gon' lie, I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Tryna put 6 wheels on the Range Rover. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top till I move over, modern day Tupac in a new hover. You know that now come with us and down. We dodge it, steady ducking clown. We chase a meal so we can put that down. Top where we run the town, but with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real what veteran, what academy. He still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet. You got the wrong idea. Get left out there. Tell them so what? I kept trap music all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you ask stupid. Get locked up and get back to it. Yeah. Trap music all black, get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching.